Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you all to the Good Luck and or Blame Everhate Race, the second annual one. If you join us today on the stream, clicking on it and saying, what the hell is this race? Well, it's quite simple. We are here to celebrate somebody's life who passed away last year. We're here to celebrate our good friend Everhate, who was a very, very, very good Soul Blazer speedrunner. Passed away last year. Very, very sad for us. But yeah, we are here today to honor his memory. And we invited, of course, the 4 best Soul Blazer speedrunners that are currently ranking on the leaderboards. For your viewing pleasure, they are going to give it their best to honor his memory. And yeah, a lot of other people are joining this race to celebrate with them. We're currently 13 people in the race channel. I'm gonna give you a small chance here, 2 minutes, to still join the race while I am giving the introductions here. So if you are interested just playing through the game, having fun, you can do so for the next 2 minutes, and then we're gonna kick off this race. Let me actually enter the race so they don't start preemptively. Yeah, what happened to him, I don't know, and even if I would know, I would probably not say. So, yeah, we are here to do just exactly that, and I believe all my racers are ready. I am eLmaGus, by the way, for those who want to know. I'm going to be guiding you through the run. Soul Blazer is a nice, short video game. We all got to know Everhate through this video game, mostly. A lot of people already mentioned he was also a very excellent NES Dragon Warrior speedrunner. Speedrun all 4 of those as well. So, yeah, we're currently getting ready. And yeah, Everhate is going to take all the blame today, obviously, for things that are going wrong. That is another thing he was known for. Okay, so far so good. It looks like we are all good to go here, it seems. So let me switch and see and hope that nothing breaks while I'm switching. A transition. Kaboom. Looks good, right? So these are the 4 top runners that we invited. Of course, in the top left we have the great the Hulk, who has a PB of a 136 for this game, which is kind of insane. That's kind of an insane time to have in this video game, so we can expect great things from him. We have the current second place, well, he's 3rd place. Everhate had the second best time in this, or has the second best time in this game. 3rd place is StingerPA with a 140. It's a very solid time right there. Very, very good. We have in the bottom left Genia23, who used to be the world record holder for this game with his 142. But quit the game about a couple, well, maybe a year ago. Came back, of course, for this event. Very nice of him. Thank you very much for that. And the person who organized most of this, Gintatsu2, who has a PB of a 144. So you might be thinking, okay, these PBs are kind of, you know, far apart, but if something goes wrong in this video game, you can easily lose minutes. So I'll be talking more about the technicalities of this run and all that in a little bit. But for now, let me see if I can get game sound and we can get this race going. Okay. That might be a little bit quiet. Let me ask Hulk to... increase game audio a little bit, and then we should be fine. Okay. Yes, and we are doing SRL timing, so usually when you start this run, you start it, or the timer, on the last text box after name select, but for the race purposes, we are starting on file select here. Just give me a second, we're still adjusting a few minor things and then we should be good to go. As you can see, there's already 2 memes on the top left of this game that are very good. Blades and Dancing Grandmas. Alright, so we got the audio in a decent place now, hopefully, for you guys. Let me know if everything is alright. Oh dear. We also have Emrak live on stream feature. There you can see how you should set up your Emrak. Take notes. Alright. I also have my co-commentator, Mr. Cat, here. Who's currently on my chair for some reason. And I shall be kicking off the race right now. Quit. Okay, so we have 13 racers, the top 4 right here. I'm going to be trying to sync them up at the start of the game while I am talking you guys through what this game is about and all that. Race just started. Most of the racers do it for fun, obviously, and to celebrate Everhate. Again, this is his... Yo, that was a synced start. And then Twitch buffers, awesome. Okay, so... This is Soul Blazer, as you can see. Ooh, they are wasting a bit of time there. Giving the right name to the protagonist, Everhulk. Okay, that's good. But yeah, you are from heaven. You are given human form here in order to free the world that was pretty much sealed up by evil. You see, the basic instruction here gives you a weapon, the Sword of Life. And then, yeah, your purpose in this game is to defeat monsters that are spawning from monster lairs or are on the map, and then liberate those monster lairs. This little introduction right here shows it, and then you can free the world by activating these lairs or release the humans, animals, and plants that were imprisoned. So yeah, this little introduction here, you're going to get the Sword of Life, like I said, and you're going to get your first magic spell, the Fireball. You're seeing them doing a little bit of additional menuing there, and to set up an item for later, and then they are going to be moving on. Now, enemies in this game drop you things. You can see the counter in the top right, but with all runners, the gem counter. Using spells in this game costs gems. So, how does Gintatsu have 0 gems? Anyways, you can see on Hulk's screen right now that he is using the Fireball to preemptively kill monsters from another lair that he can't actually reach with the Fireball, but he's using gems to do so. The Fireball costs 4 gems to shoot and does mediocre damage. For the start here, it's all about optimizing how you kill those lairs, pretty much, in this game. You want to obviously like spawn enemies as fast as you can for lairs that you have to release, and then try to kill them as fast as possible. Hulk is, as the world record holder, obviously has done a lot of routing for this, so he should probably know best how to do it fast. As you can see, he's taking a very early lead here, yeah. Stinger had a decent gem count, is right behind him. Genya also there. Gintatsu a little bit on the trail here. Here, the first 2 layers where you want to spawn the goblins at the top and then turn around and shoot a fireball to quickly dispose of them. It's a very nice showcase of how this game is routed. Alright, and you're seeing the poking stance that all of them use. If you hold R, you will hold out your sword, and you will do continuous damage whenever you touch an enemy, instead of like slashing your sword, where you can do you know, a little bit more damage when those hits connect. We are going to be seeing the poking stance for a large part of this, since it's a speedrun. We are obviously also going to be underleveled, and the weapons in this game have an interesting property that you have a required level in order to be able to swing them. So that's going to be coming into play later in the run. And as you can see, Hulk here, while he's killing the 1 layer to release a connection here, he also spawning the goblins at the down there already, so that he can easily dispose of them. There's 3 types of monster layers that you have in this game. There's the monsters that spawn out of the lair 1 by 1 after and you have to kill them in order for the next one to spawn. There is a layers where monsters spawn repeatedly without you even killing any of them, and there is layers where the monsters are already on the map and you don't even have to spawn them. So those are the 3 types. And another big part you see on Hulk's screen right now, who does the death warp first. We are going to be seeing a lot of deaths in this run, because it turns out that once you have released all the layers you have to in a certain area, it's most of the time fastest to just set up a death warp and go back to the shrine where you come from, and then go from there. So we're going to be seeing that a lot in this run. Hulk taking a pretty commanding lead here. I don't know what happened with Gentatsu there. He's going back in. Did he forget to release? He probably forgot to release a layer. That hurts. But that's what I'm talking about. If there's something like this happens, even though their PBs are so far apart, oh, or did he die? Oh, that's bad. But yeah, a mistake like that can cost you minutes, and that can also happen to Hulk, because the strats and routing for this game it's very, very, very tight, especially if you talk top runners. So one tiny blunder and things can get dicey very, very quickly. And I'm going to be assuming that most of the runners here will not go for any safeties at all, so we're going to be having to see how that will turn out. As you can see, they are holding R there to keep their stands so they don't turn, and then their slashes kill the goblins fast. Stinger having a little bit of trouble there. You want to have a little bit of damage on you in this section, but Stinger took a little bit too much. Also, interesting, when you release a lair that releases a living being, you get an HP refill. Depending on the world you're in World 1 you get 1 HP back, in World 2 you get 2 HP back, and so on and so forth. So that is something interesting to consider during routing. Hulk, the first one to release the plant lair. Genya and Stinger are very close to Hulk though. Plants in this game are the birds of this video game, pretty much, because plants are random. Everything in this game, or most of the things in this game, move according to your position. So if you are in a certain spot, an enemy will react in a certain way, for the most part. Plants, which we'll be especially seeing in World 2, are not part of that. Plants' movement is actually random, not even dependent on your position. The good thing about the positioning thing is that Hulk taking good damage there, nice. You want a death warp after this, but the good thing about that is that it makes this run, if you execute properly, this run should be incredibly safe. Oh, Hulk almost dying there. That was a close one, and Stinger takes a death. Oh, that is bad. Genya right on Hulk's heels here. Very good health. Ooh, that is a very bad death for Stinger right there. That one costs 1.5 minutes. So we see 2 runners here fall early, victim to a bad death. And as you can imagine, this is just World 1. It can definitely It definitely doesn't get much easier from here on out, so... Yeah, and Hulk also just barely escaping death before releasing the lair there. But, yeah, he is in the first dream sequence. You have an item in this game called the Dream Rod. Some NPCs in this game are sleeping in their towns, and you can enter their dreams. And in this specific dream, there's a lair that will make you advance in reality, actually. You remove some wooden planks there in order to get access to the next item that we need to complete World 1, which is going to be Leo's paintbrush. We need that in order to enter a painting that will be the final dungeon of World 1 here. Yeah, so currently Hulk with a pretty demanding lead for now. Genya is right there though, like I said, he's probably only 10 seconds behind. Stinger has to make up this layer now. He's still taking damage because, you know, you want a death warp, so you want to be as low as possible here. But it can't— oh, he got a level up, level 2 early. That's bad, yeah, because he killed so many things. And, yeah. They have to go back now after entering Lisa's stream to get the paintbrush, like I said, and then just death warp immediately after. That's why Hulk took a lot of damage right there. And then we should be on our way. Gintatsu and Stinger are relatively close. Gintatsu on 1 HP has to be a little bit careful here that he doesn't die again. But he should be okay though. How good am I at Soul Blazer? I am a scrub with a 147. Alright, so we are now in the painting that is the final dungeon of World 1. As you can see, Hulk is killing off some birds here, getting the level up. Another big thing is that you see the experience is displayed right on screen. And the big thing of the routing is, as well, you want to take damage boost sometimes, obviously, and knowing where you are going to get your level ups is very, very important, because level ups will replenish all of your HP. So if you time it right with your enemy kills, you can use level ups to replenish HP in good spots for you. Probably mostly going to be in World 3 and 4 where we're going to make use of that. Yeah, Hulk making very good progress. Genya in the torch room right now, killing off the torches. Very good job. Close behind, and I'm afraid Gintatsu has died in a bad spot again. Ay, ay, ay. That's not a very promising start for him there. Very unfortunate. It's gonna be hard to make up all that time. Yeah, Hulk picking up the medical herb right now. Medical herbs, if you have them equipped, that's the very important part, and you run out of HP, they will replenish all of your HP. So that's a very nice item, just like level ups, to use in order to take damage boosts, and then just replenish your HP immediately. You are supposed to release a shopkeeper in the first world in order to get unlimited medical herbs. You can only carry one at a time, but there is, throughout the game, there's a couple of chests that will give you some medical herbs. The top runners obviously will not release the shop and just go for the medical herbs that are given to them, so there's a very limited amount for them. You want to use the first one on the first boss here in order to kill him faster. Hulk just has to release the last lair here. Genya right on his trail, 2 screens behind. Stinger currently at the start of the painting, in the torch room, making good use of the fireballs there. Very nice, very nice. And then moving on into the second part of the dungeon. Alright, so Hulk in the boss, this is Solid Arm, and as you can see, we're going to be making good use of the poking stance here. He equipped the medical herb, takes damage on purpose, and continues to damage him with the poking so that he dies very, very quickly, and that's an 11:52 World 1, which is really, really good. Very good time, very solid, especially considering they are timing about 10 seconds or even more from where they usually start the timing, so that's very, very solid. Genya right there too. Actually, it looks very easy to kill this boss, but it's actually very, very difficult, because if you move a little bit too far up, you are going to enter the boss's hitbox, and then you will get hit twice and die, because you can't deal enough damage in time in order to survive an extra hit. But Genya getting rid of the boss as well at 12:20, I believe, which is not that bad. The other Stinger and Gintatsu will be behind because of their dusts, obviously. Those were really bad dusts too, because they cost over a minute, like I said. That's really... it's very easy to die though, like, don't let this be like, oh my god, they died in World 1. It's really easy because the routing is so tight, especially with the death warping. Stinger got his level up early there, but that doesn't really matter. So whenever you beat a boss in a world, you are supposed to release a mayor or a king, a queen, whatever, the head honcho of that specific world, and they will give you a stone. You need 6 stones in order to open the gate to the world of evil, where the final boss waits. So, yeah, this is the first one, and now we're entering the second one. Probably the most difficult world to speedrun in this game, because as you might have seen, there is an armor column where you are supposed to equip armor. You're also supposed to already have armor, but the speedrunners obviously skip that for now. So we're going to be taking a lot of damage right here in this part from whenever we get hit, so we have to be really careful. Hulk also in a very interesting section. Depending on his gem drops, he will probably... very bad gem drops there. He will try for a fast stretch here. You can see the plants up there. If he can kill them with his... Oh, he got it! Nice! Okay, so he preemptively killed that lair, which saves him about 10 seconds. That is a really good one. These plants are probably the worst enemy in the game. As you can see, they sometimes shoot out these, sticks. And their movement is random. I mentioned this earlier. Nothing in this game, no enemy moves randomly except for plants. So you have to be on your toes there that you don't get hit too much by them. They deal 2 damage for now, and it's actually pretty dangerous if you don't pay attention. Let's see, did Genya get the... No, Genya did not get the plants on the right there, so he did not get the 10-second time save. It's highly dependent on your gem drops as well, if you can actually do that strat. Hulk got pretty lucky that he got a medium gem drop right there from the last enemy, so he could shoot 1 more fireball just to get it. Currently in the water shrine here, getting his level up to replenish his HP and picking up another medical herb. Stinger in the meantime just on his way to the start of Greenwood here, the second world. And yeah, Genya probably about 20 seconds behind Gintatsu. Had a rough ride here, looking to finish World 1. And now on Hulk's screen we can see another nice little optimization here. He's going to be spawning monsters from the top here, while he's killing them at the bottom as well. Effectively saving a lot of time. You don't actually need to kill the lair at the top, but you kind of want the extra gems and experience right there. So now we have a very nasty plant lair here. Making short work of it. That was pretty nice. And Genya is right there in the same room. Let's see. I didn't see if Stinger got the early plant kill. But since he has 10 gems, I assume he just ignored them? Or he got it, like, immediately, which would be really nice for him. Another thing with the dust that Stinger took and Gintatsu took, they have more experience than they should have. So, in return, their experience routing and their level ups are going to be a little bit off, which is actually really bad if because the routing is so tight. Alright, and Hulk is out of the water shrine, going to the next lair, dodging the plant right there. That's incredibly hard to do. Now he got hit. Again, it's random where they move, as you can see. Also, all lairs have a specific amount of enemies in them. The runner should obviously know roughly how many enemies spawn from every lair in the game, so they count and preemptively can stand on the lair that is about to be freed. Hulk moves up here once in a while. He went in the very top left here, where Hulk is. There is a lair that you have to kill, and he spawns the firemen that spawn out of that early by moving up one tile there, so that he can shoot them with fireballs right now and clear the lair preemptively. Very well done there. Alright, so there's 2 layers here on this screen that you have to kill. First one is this one, where you will advance to the next section with the stairs there, and then you have to release 1 soul right here. And these are probably another one of the most annoying enemies here. I lied when I said only plants' movement is random. These are invisible lizards, and you can see Hulk is having a lot of trouble there. These guys will spawn and then go into an invisible state and randomly move into 1 of 4 directions. So they can be really annoying. And while they're invisible, they are obviously also invincible. So it's very hard to actually react properly to their movement, and sometimes you can just get yeah, owned by RNG and lose a lot of time because of that. That was not very good from Hulk. Not much that he could have done there, obviously, but yeah, he took a little bit of damage there, and it didn't go as fast as he probably would have liked. Let's see how Genya does here. Is currently on this layer, taking 1 extra hit there. Oh, but this looks a little bit more friendly than Hulk's lair for now. Yep. Saved a little bit of time on Hulk there, who's already below here in the fire shine. Getting a lot of gems. Hulk's gem count is really, really good right now. You want to have about 50 gems at this point, because we are going to get the most powerful spell in the game right now. Hulk is going to walk to this fairy statue here, and it's going to give us the light arrow magic. Now, the fireball was already great for damage, but the light arrow is actually the most powerful spell in the game, even though it's just the second one. And you'll be seeing why very, very soon. The light arrow, whenever you use it, shoots out a light arrow in 4 directions, in all 4 directions from the magic ball. So when you time it right, you can deal a lot of damage to enemies at once, and it turns out that that's actually way, way better than the rest of the spells that you get in this game. So yeah, that's pretty nice. A light arrow costs 8 gems on use, and Hulk has 10 shots right now. As you can see, Jenya's gem count on 50, which is not terrible, but yeah. Hulk also making use of his medical herb right there. These little walk or runways there that light up every once in a while. You are supposed to have an armor by now that will make you take no damage from the heat, but as a speedrunner, we obviously skip that. So, timing a damage boost with your medical herb here is crucial to saving time and not get hurt too much. Alright, Hulk is making good use here. There was a gem chest on the right with 100 gems, but Hulk noticed that he has such a good gem count that he doesn't even need that, and he can save that time for by skipping that gem chest. I assume that Genya will probably get it, since his gem count is a little bit low. But yeah, Stinger is actually making decent pace. He's right there in the same room, so he's been catching up pretty well, while Gentetsu is on the plant lair to enter the fire shrine. So they are making decent pace right now. They found into this race. Not making too many mistakes here, it seems, in the second world. Hulk boosting through the lizards there and deciding to kill them. That is an interesting move. I guess he thought that he would probably get good gem drops there, and yeah, in order to continue out of the fire shrine, you need an item from Greenwood, so Hulk is going to be going back here and collect some things. As you can see, he preemptively killed the plant lair there, if you remember, and boom, he can just go back because he got the teleporter right there. I think Genya didn't, so he's going to have to waste the time to actually kill the plants, which is going to take a little while. Genya also skipped the gem chest, but instead opts into this one, which gives you 60. It's a little bit less out of the way, so that's probably a very good decision on his part there. Stinger using his medical herb right now. Not very far behind. He is opting in for the 100 gem chest because he had a pretty low gem count right there. Gem drops are random. The stronger the enemy, the higher chance you have for a good gem drop, obviously, but in World 2, it's still very common to get single gem drops, and not medium or large drops, so can't really count on that. So Hulk collected the leaves of Greenwood, and now we'll move on to the last section of World 2 here. Yeah, there's rafts at the top here where Hulk is going right now that needs you to have the symbol of Turbo the dog in order for them to let you ride them to the final area of this world. Very nice movement there by Hulk. Rafts. And we are going to be having a very interesting strategy here. We are entering this, and there's a lot of barriers here that you have to free up, basically, by killing the corresponding enemies. But what Hulk's doing here, he's drawing all of these enemies into one spot so he can kill them with this. You can see how powerful the light arrow magic is here, just annihilating all of these enemies at once. And he's going to time it so that he can clear 5 layers at the same time. It's really, really, really cool. You got this level up early there. I think that's why he killed the lizards at the bottom of the fire shrine, and now he's going to have to keep going here. There's a couple more layers you have to clear here in order to enter the basement area of this, where the boss is going to be waiting. But yeah, he is having a pretty decent run here. I think he can't complain so far. I'm sure Hulk always finds a way to complain, but I'm sure, like, it's a good run. You can't really say anything about that. So Genya currently in the position where he wants to kill all the enemies at the same time, and as you can see, the power of the light arrow magic showing here one more time. In the meantime, Hulk is doing very specific movement in his place there. There's 2 layers to the left and the top left, where you want to spawn enemies from, and then kill them with one shot of light arrow magic. Now the firemen there, they are very easy to kill, but you have to move very specifically to spawn the top left layer in a way where you are actually able to shoot all of them at the same time, and he gets it. Very well done there. That is super hard because those were the lizard men that turn invisible. So you can't go up too high, can't scroll your screen up too high in order for them to stay in one place and then shoot them all at the same time with one light arrow. That is very, very difficult and very well done by Hulk there. Genya trailing right here, but not by much. Genya's doing pretty well. I can't really say that he is slacking. Probably also going for the lizard spawns in the top left there. Meantime, Stinger also already there. You're also for the basement area here. You're supposed to pick up a soul in Greenwood that lets you actually see in the dark, but since the speedrunners know where they are going, we don't do that because that just wastes time. So Hulk is going to release one more layer here that will give him a teleporter. And then going to probably the hardest boss in the game, if you don't know how they work. A lot of our blind runners for this race will definitely have the most trouble with this boss, I can assure you that. It's a very, very difficult boss. One more shot with the magic, and then we're off to the boss fight. The 3 lion head stone statues. Now, you're going to be seeing Hulk dissipating them by using the poking again into the hitbox of them. The lion heads work like every enemy. They are moving dependent on your positioning. Now that isn't... If you play this game for the first time, that is not immediately apparent, but the runners know how they move and how they can deal the most damage, as you can see. And Hulk opting in for the safe strat here for the last hit. You take about 6 damage if they hit you, so you can see you have probably about 20 HP at this point. But yeah, Hulk making short work of them and finishing Greenwood with an astonishing 26-44. That's ridiculous, actually. Alright, very well done by Hulk there. Genya currently killing the last layer to get the teleporter so he can get back to Greenwood easily, filling up his health at the shrine and then going into the boss. But man, Hulk, as everybody expected, Hulk is destroying this game right now. Kentatsu in the meantime in Greenwood for cutscenes. And Stinger is not too far away from Genya. Hot on his heels, but yeah. So Genya on the first head here. First head is the easiest one. The second head is a little bit tricky. But Genya is not dropping any damage with his poking stance here, getting a very decent cycle, and then I assume, yeah, Genya is going for the safe strat as well. There is a strat for the last head where you can damage boost in order to deal more continuous damage than what Genya and Hulk did, right? But it's very, very risky. If you mess up by like a half step, you are dead. So, yeah. Genya with a 27:48. So he's about a minute behind Hulk, but again, a minute, that's probably one death that in a area where you don't want to die. Stinger barely getting the teleporter here. Wow. And yeah, Hulk moving on, and the reason we were harboring about gems in World 2 is right here. This is Southera, the first area of World 3. And yeah, since we still don't have any armor, enemies in this area will deal 4 damage to you if they hit you. So what you want to do here, as you can see Hulk doing right now, he's abusing the light arrow magic fantastically in order to kill every enemy that he has to right here without getting hit. And this is the big reason we want to have a good amount of gems. Very well done there. Hulk is beasting it. This area is really difficult to navigate. These birds are moving seemingly random, but they are also dependent on your position, so Hulk drew the bird all the way until he could kill him off at the very end there, together with the last stone. Now he has to wait for the plants to spawn. Boom. Alright. And we have one more layer to kill here. 2 more layers to kill here. There's the stones, and then there's going to be monkeys. Wow, what a shot! Hulk is on fire! And then, yeah, he's taking damage on purpose there, so he can death warp faster after he killed this monkey lair. Man, or Donkey Kong lair. We call these guys Donkey Kongs. Man. Genya not slouching, though. He's already in Southera as well. His gem count also very good, so he should have enough shots for everything here. Misfiring a little bit there, but that's okay. Hulk with the death warp in the meantime. Genya killing the bird, very nice. Yeah, very good by Genya too. Genya is definitely having a good run right now. Good showing. His movement is pretty good, and yeah, he's also getting the light arrow shots, which is not always, as you can imagine, as the magic ball is circling around you. It's not always easy to line those up. So yeah, we finally, after 2 worlds without armor, we finally get armor right here. I was praising Genya for his light arrow shots, and then he does that. Oh, Genya. Anyways, yeah, we get the bubble armor, because underwater, we need that armor in order to breathe and not take damage. Before we make actual use of it, though, we do have to release one more layer here, where Hulk is right now, and release a mermaid statue. These statues, there's 4 of them that you have to release throughout this world, and they will open up new paths for you. So every time, we're going to be seeing a lot of death warps here. Ooh, Stinger in a very bad spot there, but he somehow managed to get out of there. So Hulk is going to death warp right now, and then for the first time in this race, somebody is going to equip armor after 30 minutes. So yeah. Stinger has to be really careful here not to die. I'm hoping he can manage, but 4 HP, except for the plants, everything hits you for 4 HP here. That includes the bubbles. Stinger, please! Don't die! And he doesn't have enough gems to shoot anymore. Oh god. These stones are vicious. So Hulk currently killing some jellyfish right there. Again, another enemy that moves somewhat random. They still move on, depending on your position, but sometimes they move up, down, one left, one right, randomly. You can still manage, though, to, like, have them move pretty consistently. Stinger getting through there. Whew. Man, that was too close for comfort, I can tell you. Gintasa in the meantime, finishing off a World 2. without losing too much time. If you remember, his one time was about 4.5 minutes behind, and he kind of kept that difference right now, so that was pretty good, pretty decent. Yeah, Genya just got the bubble armor. In the meantime, Hulk in the second area here, Rockbird, is this area called, and he is skipping the safety herb. There is a layer at the bottom here with birds in them, and that will unlock 2 chests with gems and one chest with gems, 1 chest with a medical herb. That is highly, even for these runners, highly recommended to pick up, but Hulk is just going to chance it. The reason why it's highly recommended is going to be the next area, but I will explain that once we get there. For now, Hulk is trying to go as fast as he can, showing why he is the best runner of this game. Very nice shot by him there. Is he going to get the herb? He is killing the birds. Now... he's going to get it. He's going... Okay, alright. Whew. Alright, he got it. Yeah, that's definitely... Even Hulk is going to get that for safety, because, the next area, whether you take damage or not, can be RNG, so... You kinda want that, or... he's taking damage on purpose right now, because after he released 2 of these layers, he's going to be wanting to do a death ward. He has to be careful here, though, that the plants don't kill him preemptively! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Hulk with a rare mistake there! And all of a sudden, Genya 23 in a spot where he could take the lead. Man, that's what I'm talking about. Damn. You see this very, very rarely from Hulk, too. But he took a little bit too much of a risk there by positioning him in the top there. And taking a little bit too much damage, and then the plants, who, again, they are RNG. They're not as bad as the other plants because, you know, you can take them at this point, but, yeah, if you take too much damage and then this happens, then, yeah. A death can happen very quickly. Fortunately, Hulk did clear the monkey lair. That would have been really bad if he didn't, because now he can just, finish off the plants here, and then he can go. If that was not the last Donkey Kong, oh man, that would have been a way, way worse time loss. But Genya is right there now. Genya is right there with him. So Hulk death warping, and yeah, Genya just releasing the lair. He has to. Man. This is now a close race. So Hulk is going to release the next pathway here, and we are going to be going into Durian, as it's called, which is a volcanic island. In a casual playthrough, you're supposed to pick up an item here that is called the Mermaid Tears. It's available to the right of the exit there, for free. You can just pick it up whenever you want. The thing is that, as a speedrunner, we obviously don't do that. Why is that a thing with the Mermaid Tears? Since it's a volcanic island, there are random magma rocks falling down there that will damage you. And since they are random, yeah, even top runners like these 4 will get hit by them eventually if they have bad luck, so you can take a random amount of damage there, and if you take too much damage, there's also lava spots there that you have to walk over that damage you by 6, so you can't lose too much HP at once, because then you will be unable to actually complete the area, or the things that you have to do in that area. So, yeah, the runners have to be very careful, which is why I was very happy when Hulk picked up the medical herb, because that is obviously a good safety item for that area specifically. But, yeah. Hulk making his way there. Genya right behind there on the layers that Hulk was on just a moment ago. Stinger already also, releasing the statue here, so he's not that far behind either. Probably a death, I'd say. But, yeah. Ooh, Hulk taking an unwanted hit there. So yeah, Durian here, as you can see, the magma rocks are falling down. You're supposed to go to the middle of this area and use the mermaid tears to make all the magma stop. But yeah, we don't pick up that safety item. We just try to do what we have to here and then get out as soon as we can. Magma, yes. August getting through the first part very decently. Since they all have the medical herb, they don't have to pay that much attention, but it would still be advised for them to actually not take too much damage or be too reckless with their movements. Alright, they also, additionally, for this area, which is an additional bonus from the game, you do want to have a decent gem count here. Hulk is having 43, which is enough, I believe. Yeah, you need 5 shots. If he can get this one, he might actually end up with not enough gems. Which would be not the worst thing ever, but there's these 5 Donkey Kongs that are going to spawn on the magma there, and you do need to release that specific layer. Ideally, you want to shoot them from where you are right now after releasing the dolphin here. But you need 5 shots for that, since it's 5 Donkey Kongs. Ooh, Genya wasting a shot there, so Genya, he gets a big gem drop though. Talk about Genya luck. Alright, so Hulk needs 1 good drop here. Oh, he forced it. Oh, he missed a shot. That's bad. Oh, but he gets the big gem drop! He gets the big gem drop! Talk about Hulk luck right there! Amazing. Alright, so he cleared up the lair. He's going to be... He knows what he's doing. He didn't waste the herb, actually. He didn't need it. Man. But yeah, this is why you should pick up the medical herb, because if you don't use the mermaid tears, you have to walk over this lava, and as you can see, it is very hot. Very hot. Alright, Genya right there, killing off the Donkey Kongs. Genya might be picking up the weapon here too. Yes, he will. Genya is going to be opting in to get the 3rd weapon of the game here, which is called the Critical Sword. The Critical Sword has a very interesting feature to it, or gimmick, that it can instantly kill enemies. But very, very rarely happens. It is more powerful than your first weapon, obviously, just by that. But you need level 9 to swing it, so Genya is just picking that up to make the next World War 4 a little bit easier on him, because he can deal more damage to the enemies there when he is able to swing that sword. Hulk used, or ignored that sword because the pickup actually doesn't really save time if you play well, but it makes things a lot easier, so, and it doesn't waste too much time, so it's definitely recommended to do if you, even if you are a good speedrunner of this game. But Hulk ignores every safety and all that. He doesn't need that. Alright, so Hulk just released the Dolphin Loo, and the Loo gave him an item called the Thundering, which we're going to be using exactly 1 time in this run, and that is going to be in the next area here. We first off have to kill these shells, which have a ton of HP, since they only take 1 damage from the Sword of Life. And then there have been a couple of enemies where we have this clinging sound that you hear on Hulk's end right now. Some enemies can only be killed with specific weapons, and you might have saw the metal Donkey Kongs in Durian when we passed them by. Those can only be killed by a sword that can kill metal things in general. There is one exception though, and this is why we need the Thunder Ring here. There is these little golden stones here that if you have the Thunder Ring equipped, they will call down thunder, and that is how you are supposed to get rid of these metal monkeys who will release a mermaid statue. So Hulk is taking damage on purpose here, and then trying to lure them perfectly to the stone here and kill them off. Skipping a level up too, which is actually really impressive. He is so close, 20 experience from the level up, I believe, so... yeah, he took damage there on purpose because we're going to the, obviously, Death Warp right now, again. And that was a very quick one, very nice. If you kill too many things in Durian, it will very, very easily happen that you will be getting a level up there and have to damage yourself all over again. So that can waste a lot of time there. But Hulk released the last mermaid statue that we need in order to go to the boss of this world. Genya right behind there. Trying to get to the metal monkeys right now. And Stinger is also right there. Stinger is having a decent run right now after his World 1 blunder. Gintatsu still in Durian. Genya also skipping the level up. Very nice. And yeah, we are doing a little bit of a sidetrack here on Hulk's screen right now. Instead of going to the boss immediately, we are collecting an item called the Power Bracelet, which is the second most broken item in this game. The Power Bracelet increases your attack, or doubles your attack power, basically, which is insane. So poking, which should only deal 1 damage, will now do 2 damage per poke. And swings with the sword are double as powerful as they are normally. So that is really, really insane, and yeah, we are going to be having the Power Bracelet equipped for most of the run, like for about at least 50 minutes now. But yeah, Hulk is moving on to the boss, which is going to be a giant ghost head. Now this guy is not to be underestimated. Even with the bubble armor equipped, this guy will deal a ton of damage to you, and he has this little hand spawning next to him that have a random amount of HP, so you want to get rid of the hands and then try to poke the head in a spot where you can easily dodge him afterwards. It should take you 3 cycles in order to kill him. Hulk having a very decent fight there, and with a 44-39 with a death. Ridiculous time. He is finishing up World 3 here. Very well done there. It's pretty much Hulk Smash Bracelet, yes. Alright. So Hulk will be moving on while Genya just releasing the last lair here that will give him a teleporter. And moving on to the boss himself. Again, they make it look easy, and the bosses in theory are all very easy in this game. But if you make a misstep somewhere, it can cost you very dearly, especially on this boss. So let's see how Genya does here. He's going to try to get rid of the left hand first here, then do some damage to the head. Very nice, and the right hand died immediately. So Genya could actually get a 2-cycle here. Ah, you can technically 2-cycle this boss, but you have to have perfect positioning for that. It's very unreasonable to try to do that, because usually the hands will get in your way, but still, a decent World 3 from Genya, who's right behind Hulk, who just collected the Stone of this World. Stinger just picked up the Power Bracelet, so he, again, is still having a decent run himself. And Gintatsu should be on the way to the metal monkeys that you need for the last statue. And yeah, Hulk is moving on to the Mountain of Souls, which has a very decent soundtrack in my opinion. It's very atmospheric. But this is one of the hardest areas in this game, not because you can easily die here or anything, but it is deceptively difficult to not lose time. There's a lot of enemies with relatively weird movement patterns here, and you have to have a very decent magic shots with the light arrow here, especially in the later parts of this world, to dispose of enemies as quickly as you can. So hopefully we can see the runners make very good use of their magic. Hulk having a good first part here. Taking damage here is not really that bad, especially since he kept the medical herb from World 3, which you're not supposed to. He gets a free heal because there's another one here. Whenever you pick up an additional medical herb, if you already have one, you just get a free heal immediately, so he didn't even care that he got damaged that much there. And as you can see, he positions himself in a very specific spot in order to kill these mini-demons. And he's doing it really fast. Very nice. And another little optimization there. Instead of immediately releasing the lair, he's saving movement because we have to come back here anyways. So, he moves on while the lair is basically freed up, and then when we come back here, he will release it, which doesn't save that much time, but it's a nice little optimization right there. Alright, so we have to release 2 more layers here. There's Yetis and little mice down there that we want to release. Or kill. We don't want to release. I guess we kind of want to release them from their pain. Hulk got his level up just on time as well. And, yeah, Genya is right there with him, picking up the magic armor, by the way. I skipped over that one. Magic armor is an upgrade to the bubble armor. Obviously, we don't need the bubble armor anymore because, well, we're not underwater. It does have more defense, but just like the name suggests, it does do something to magic. And that is actually very, very important. The magic armor halves the costs that spells have. So instead of 8 gems per light arrow, if you have the magic armor equipped, you will only be needing 4 gems for a light arrow, which is incredible. And that is also why the runners go out of the way and release that lair, or free that lair, because then, even though you could technically skip it, you get so many more light arrow shots that, you know, it's just way too good. Anyway, Stinger just making his way up there. Just entered the Mountain of Souls. Genya did lose a little bit on ground on Hulk. But I think Genya also preemptively released the lair that Hulk ignored for now, so he will have to step on this thing right here. And Gintatsu is looking to finish up World 3 right there, going into the Ghost Head boss. Alright, and the reason we actually had to go back, you can see Hulk now walking on the ice. We released a little boy that gave us mushroom shoes. And those mushroom shoes, instead of sliding on the ice here, where like Stinger does right now in the top right, they will, if you equip them, you will be able to walk on ice, and you need that in order to continue on. Unfortunately, you only need the shoes one time, and it costs so much time to actually go back and go back up. But yeah, the game makes you do it, and Hulk hasn't found a way to skip them yet, because it's literally impossible, even in the task setting, literally impossible to continue without them. Very unfortunate, but hey. Alrighty. What is Gintatsu doing? Oh dear. Oh. Oh, did he die? Yeah, and he didn't release the teleporter layer yet. Ah, that's another very big time loss. That is really unfortunate, because he has to walk all the way back. That's what I'm saying, like, you take a half step off where you should be, and it's so easy to die, like, that fast. I would just release the lair, man! No! Well, he wants to know it. It's a matter of principle now. He's going in. Yeah. This game is especially unforgiving, and it's very easy to even just move a pixel in this game on accident, and then you are in a spot where you accidentally get hit by things, and it's all over. You don't even see the difference from the pixels sometimes, but you start getting hit for no reason, and then you're like, hey, what the hell is happening to me? And yeah. Die, Hand! Die! Alright, he did it. Whew. Okay, we good on Gintatsu's screen. In the meantime, I was kind of focused on Gintatsu living through all of that. We have Hulk, who makes his way through the Mountain of Souls here, and Genya as well. There is a couple of interesting enemies here. I mentioned this earlier. The light arrow magic becomes very, very important here, as you can see. There's these so-called whiz robes that Genya just killed right there. If you get too close to them, they will start teleporting. And then we have these amazing, amazing bats here, who circle around you and are incredibly difficult to kill with a weapon. Fortunately, you can time your light arrow shots in a way where you can kill them with one shot. Genya missed 2 light arrow shots right there. It's not easy, but you know, it's definitely possible. Hulk getting in to the Wizrobe lair here. Alright, doing pretty well, and one more, boom. So the Wizrobes, like I said, if you get too close to them, they will start teleporting around, which not only wastes time, but they can also spawn in a place where they will shoot something at you and hit you, and you take extra damage. And extra damage is never good. It's never a good thing. Genya on the next bat lair, while Hulk is almost done with this part of the Mountain of Souls to go into the last one here. This is where Hulk is right now, this is a very, very fun area, as you can see. 2 shots with the light arrow will usually getting a bit of an unlucky bat cycling there, but with 2 shots you can kill about 20 enemies right there in one spot, which is very fun. Alright, we have red Wizrobes here. The purple Wizrobes, they shoot just, you know, lightning balls. If a red Wizrobe teleports, they would shoot fireballs or a wall of fire at you. Not that you should ever see that in a speedrun, because the runners should know better than to keep their than to get close to them. But yeah, that was the second to last lair for this area for Hulk. You will have to kill one more lair here that is being freed if you kill these bats. Getting a couple of unlucky shots here with the arrows, and then we'll be moving on. He's getting very good gem drops. Hulk and Genya both also picked up a weapon called the Lucky Blade. You need level 12 to swing that, or level 13? I don't remember. You need a higher level than you have right now, that is for sure. Probably level 13 to swing it. But the Lucky Blade has a very interesting property, just like the Critical Sword had the, you know, instant, quote-unquote, instant death. The Lucky Blade, as the name suggests, actually makes you a little bit more lucky. The enemies drop more gems on average than they do without it equipped, so that's a very good thing, especially for this area, because you can, quote-unquote, force better gem drops. That's not always happening, of course. Everything drop-related is frame-based, after all, in this game, but in general, you can say that you get more gems, and we desperately want them for the final part where Hulk is currently going through, before the boss. There's going to be a lot of layers that we have to get rid of here, so we want as much gems as possible. Hulk's gem count is ridiculously high, though, so he should be okay no matter what, really. And he's getting good drops, too, so yeah. The hero is a pretty generic character, yes. Oh yeah, something they can never forget, as I see Hulk equipped. Like, sometimes you have to switch to an item that you have to have equipped in order to progress with the story, like the mushroom shoes for the ice. You can never forget to re-equip the power bracelet. You do need the poking damage, and or the double damage that you get from it with the swords. It is such a big time save, and you will run into scenarios where you will have to use your sword, even in these areas where you are supposed to be using most of your magic, really. Alright, getting rid of the red Wizrobe there that followed him from the start. And then he's going to be trying to releasing the bottom layers here. That is decent timing on the level up. I think he would want that after this, because the purple Wizrobe is going to be following him. He doesn't really want to take damage here, because once you've done everything you need to... Oh, he's just going for the boss immediately. Interesting. That is a viable strat. So the boss in this world is Poseidon, and You can thank the gods that we are playing the US version. If you're interested, you can Google the Japanese version, and then you know why. Anyways, Poseidon is a very, very easy boss. Ooh, taking a fireball hit there. But yeah, he will spawn out. You can just stand there, look at him, and he will get poked. With the power bracelet equipped, you'll deal enough damage that before you run out of HP, you will just completely annihilate him, even though he hits you. So yeah, Hulk even dodging a couple of the hits there for no good reason, but yeah, that's just how it is. And that's the boss right there. Hulk is not done with this area yet, though. He just opted in to go there because he got the level up early, and you kind of want full HP just in case for this boss, because you can get hit a couple times there, but you should be able to dodge everything. So Hulk has to finish up here, though. He didn't clear the layers on the right yet, so he still... Ooh, and he forces the wizard right there, which is a bit of a time loss. He still has to clear up the right side of those to release NPCs that he will need in order to finish the game, and the layers that are going to be spawning in the middle. Well, Genya is just entering this area. Stinger not too far behind Genya, about 3 layers behind there. But yeah, Hulk making very good progress here. You can also see he forced the bat out of that one there continuously to make it a little go, or to deplete it a little bit faster while he was killing off the right side. He's also taking a little bit of damage from the spawns here on purpose because he wants to try the death warp here after he released both of these layers, which are going to be releasing Grandma! Those grandmas are going to be very important. Very important. Alright, in the meantime, Genya is making decent progress here. He's going to be opting into not doing the boss immediately, but releasing the grandmas first. So Hulk is now down at 59-14 at the Death Warp. And we'll collect the stone for this world, and then move on to probably the most difficult area in this game, which is going to be Leo's lab. Yeah. And Genya, since he has the critical sword, actually opts in to equip it and kill the bats that way. That's a pretty decent option, as you can see, if you are not sure about your light arrows. Goes on pretty fast there. Ooh, Stinger forced one of the wizards on accident there. Alright, and Genya is releasing the grandmas right now. And is then looking to go into the boss Poseidon. Gintatsu, in the meantime, finishing up the second to last area of the Mountain of Souls. He's just collecting the Lucky Blade there. The deaths he had so far definitely hurt him. But, yeah. He's going on strong. Not much he can do now. So yeah, Hulk entering Leo's lab. And Leo's lab, why is this the most difficult area in this game? First of all, very good music. Second of all, there is a lot of enemies here that will only die to metal sword attacks. The game is nice enough that after 2 layers, it will give you the so-called Sentetsu sword, which will cut through metal. On the other hand, these enemies here deal a lot of damage to you. Like, everything will hit you for, like, between 4 and 8. So it is really easy to take too much damage here and die. We have a medical herb in store for this very first area. So Hulk will collect the Sentetsu sword now. Unfortunately, the Sentetsu sword has a requirement of level 16 to be swung, so we can only poke with it right now, and that's an additional difficulty factor here. So even though we have to kill all these metal enemies, we can't actually slash at them. So we'll have to see how Hulk handles all of this. Going in strong right there. Getting a level up. And yeah, this is... Okay. Only taking damage once there. Again, they all should have a medical herb for safety. It's not even necessarily required, but it speeds up the progress through the lab a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, you have to poke everything that has metal. Only the worms and the things that shoot like magic out of them when you get too close to them, they are not considered metal. And there's another very nice enemy here, these rats. They move really fast along these borders, and if you miss one of them, you have to like wait for them to come back, so it's another very difficult thing to time right there. Alright, this is where Hulk is right now. This is the most difficult part. You have to walk over these little lava sections there. The game expects you to have an armor called the Ice Armor from Greenwood World 2, but as a speedrunner we don't pick that up, so we just take the damage there. Now Hulk has to be careful to hit these mice perfectly here with the pokes. If one of them gets away, you lose a ton of time, but he gets all three of them. He can continue on. Genya is right now before the Sentetsu Sword, so he's going to be looking to pick that up right now. Hulk equipping the medical herb, he's going to be boosting through here. As you can see, boom, a lot of damage taken right there, but he had a very, very solid first section here, so he can just afford to take the damage here, use the medical herb, and then move on to the last part of this section of Leo's lab, which will have another very difficult part to it, where you have to kill mice that are coming from the left side. It's coming up very soon after he released this layer. Okay. So Hulk looking to finish up the easy part here. Alright. Getting off the cleaning robots there, or whatever they are. Very nice. And now he has to be careful. There is a mice layer in the top left here. They are going to spawn if you go up too high. There you go. And now he has to kill these mice. If he misses one of them, it will take about 45 seconds for them to come back to you. So you can't miss any of them, but he's doing a very good job right there. Very well done. Very well done. He's even taking a lot of extra damage because he plays so well right now, so yeah. Hulk without flaw there, boom. Ooh, Genya almost missing one down there, but he did it. Yeah, and now he has to release or free up one more layer here, and then he can Death Warp. It just goes to show that Hulk just knows what he's doing right here. Ooh, Genya is taking a lot of unintentional damage there. He has to be... He should still have the herb, but that was a little bit too much right there. And see, like, just like that, Genya took so much damage that suddenly this area becomes very, very dangerous for him. So, we'll have to keep an eye on Genya here. In the meantime, Stinger got his level 14 right there, so he's, again, not too far behind Genya, and if Genya makes a mistake here, that is very, very costly. A death here is more than a minute, so want to keep an eye on him. He's using the herb right now. Okay, it's gonna take damage there. Thinking face emoji. He should get another level up very soon, but this is a bit low for my taste. Anyway, Hulk progressing very smoothly here. The goal of this first area of Leo's lab is to release a model town. You will have to release 2 of these. There are 3, but the speedrun only really needs to release 2, and the enemies in here are obviously like little tiny toy soldiers and all that. But yeah, they are not to be underestimated. They do deal quite the amount of damage if you don't pay attention. So we'll be trying to go through 2 of those in order to get access to the last area of Leo's lab. Leo's lab, as you might notice, a lot of the areas in this game compared to the first worlds are getting a lot shorter. That's mainly because the developers expected you to try to release as many layers as you can. These worlds are still huge, but the amount of stuff that you have to release is very, very low compared to the first couple worlds. So, yeah, the worlds get a little bit quote-unquote shorter, I guess, if you want to put it that way. Alright, Hulk is almost done with the first model town here, just 3 more layers that are all in the same spot that he has to kill, and he should soon get level 16, and then he'll be able to swing the Sentetsu sword, which will make the last area of the dungeon a little bit better. Genya, in the meantime, got through the first part without problem. Stinger is looking to use his medical herb for damage boosting right now. In the meantime, Gentatsu on the Death Warp here in World 4, so he's going to be going into the Slap very soon as well. I think all had really decent World 4s here. Oh. We have a drop. Stinger, where art thou? Alright, Hulk in the second model town, and the second model town is a really short area. You only have to release 1 layer, but that one is a bit tricky. There is invisible catapults that you have to kill in this very specific area. There is 6 of them where Hulk is right now. He obviously knows where they are though, so he doesn't even need to think about it. He can just shoot light arrows at them and then they will die. Very well done there, very quick, and that will give him access to the last area of the Slap here. I'm trying to bring back Stinger, but it's pretty difficult right now. Hopefully I can get that done eventually, and yeah, Hulk using a Death Warp right there. I think I should have Stinger back. Tell me I have Stinger back. Alrighty. We do have Stinger back. And yeah, Hulk entering the last area here, finally able to swing the Sentetsu sword. He's going to kill these worms. You technically don't have to do that. Ooh, he's taking an unintentional hit there. That's actually bad. But they will give you access to the light armor, which has a ton more defense than the magic armor, and you kind of want that for the final 2 worlds of the game. It is technically not required and saves you 10 seconds if you do everything ideally, if you skip the light armor, but there's so much enemies that will hit you really hard without it, that basically nobody... it's not really viable, let's put it that way. Anyways, Hulk took that one unintentional hit at the start there, and now he has to be really careful here to not get hit again. He has 1 more layer that he has to release right here. It's going to give him access to a teleporter to the shrine. And yeah, now he is good. He should be fine. He also needs it to replenish HP for the boss here. You do want to enter the boss with at least 3/4 HP. And then he's going to be moving on. Solid World 5 / Leo Slap by Hulk there. Genya just done with the first model town. Hulk is definitely gaining time. Man. Who is going to stop this guy? But yeah. On to the boss, the Tyndall. Now Tyndall is also a position-based boss, as you can see. Hulk just moved 1 step to the left there, and then Tyndall will follow you down, and you can just continuously damage him with your pokes, and easy boss right there. So yeah. 110 Leo's lab, that's nuts. Well done right there. Yeah, Genya just finished up the second model town there, has to do the Death Warp still, while Stinger is still in the first one. Gentatsu in the meantime, in the very difficult first area of the Slab here, has to pay attention to not let these mice get away. I think he's doing fine now. Hulk needs to collect his stone. And then, he will move on to World 6! Magridd's Castle. Which, in theory, should be the most difficult world. It sort of is, but at the same time, if you know what you're doing, I find personally that it's actually not really that difficult. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We shall see. Did Gentatsu use his medical herb yet? The answer would be no. Okay, we're good. Kintatsu is taking it very safe, very good amount of HP right now, so he should be fine for the rest of the first area here. And, yeah. Hulk entering the basement area of Magridd's castle. Magridd's castle basically has 3 big areas to it. The first one is this basement area, and yeah, just like Leo's lab, there is going to be a gimmick with a specific weapon that you need in order to kill a specific enemy there. He's going to be picking it up right here, though, immediately. Not the harp string. No, that's not a weapon. We want the spirit sword. Now, the spirit sword is going to enable him to kill ghost-type enemies. Unfortunately, you do need level 19 in order to swing it, so the best thing we can do is to manipulate these ghosts to circle around us and take damage from our pokes, basically. The unfortunate thing about ghosts is that they appear randomly and disappear randomly, so you can lose X amount of time because of something bad happening. Alright, Genya just finishing up Tyndall, about 2 minutes behind Hulk. Very nice. That's not bad. That's really not that bad. He's making really good pace. Genya is having an extraordinarily good run, actually. Alright, Hulk got his level up just in time there. Sweet. And Stinger in the last part of Leo's lab. Gintatsu finishing up the first part. He's still hurting from his test earlier on. Ooh, Stinger has to be really careful here. Took a little bit too much damage. He can't get hit anymore, or he has a bad death right there. But I think he has it under control. It should be fine. It should be fine. It should be fine. It's fine. This is fine, my friends. This is fine. All good. All good in the hood. In the meantime, Hulk is looking to finish up the basement here. He has a couple more layers to go. Picked up a strange bottle and a medical herb on the way. We didn't see a strange bottle yet. A strange bottle, if you die and have the strange bottle equipped, you keep your gems. Usually if you die, you lose all of them. But if you have that item equipped while you're dying, you will keep all your gems, and that will come in handy right here in the basement, because we want to keep all the gems we can get here for the next area. Ooh, Hulk, a little bit of a blunder right there. Losing a little bit of time to these little balls. Not too much, but yeah. Alright, Genya just picking up the harp string and the spirit sword, so he is in the same building as Hulk, which is always actually a good sign for you. Alright, and Hulk finishing up the basement here. He has to release one more thing. Yeah, he just noticed that he needs to equip the spirit sword. Alright. Swell. And this time, he does want to take damage here, because after this lair, we will have a death warp. And he is going to be equipping the strange bottle in order to preserve his gems here as well. Genya has an insane gem count. What the hell? How did Genya get 80 gems? What the hell? Anyways, yeah, Death Warp, and then we get a small little cutscene here. In order to progress, we have to release the musician that we saw earlier. We're going to give him the harp string, so he plays a little song for us, and in return, we can get a card that will enable us to enter the second, quote-unquote, dungeon of this world, the Left Tower. Genya the Jeweler, yeah, pretty much. How did... I don't know. There is a 100 gem chest to the right from where Genya just were, that you are supposed to pick up if you're low on gems. I don't know, he has 100 though, so... Man, how does the man do it? But yeah, the musician will play this little song right here that we will hear again in the ending of this run. And the soldier that is moving for the song will give you the platinum card, and then you can enter the left tower. This is one of the more difficult areas, because as you can see, there is already a lot of things on screen here, and you want to try to use your light arrow to preemptively kill enemies that you can't access before you killed the current area you're on. So he killed a soldier right there preemptively with his light arrows. This is the big reason why you want to preserve your gems, because then you can shoot the arrows and speed up the section significantly. Alright. I mean, I said that these areas are not that much more difficult than Leo's lab. The thing is, though, that since this is World 6, after all, if you do get hit, you do take a lot of damage, even with the light armor. So you do still have to be somewhat careful. It is not as hard to dodge these enemies as it is in World 5, in my opinion, but still, you know, it's there. Hulk had a terrific first section there of the left tower. These boomerang knights, fortunately, also bound to positioning. If you position yourself where Hulk is, they will throw the boomerangs, but the boomerangs will never hit you, so that's really, really nice. In the meantime, our other runner, StingerPA, just finished up the basement, so he's going to make his way to the Death Warp really fast here as well. 107 gems. That's ridiculous. He's going to be making his way to the left tower right now, so he's still not that far behind, but Hulk needs a very big mistake at this point in order to let Genya catch up. There's not that much more off the run left. Hulk getting level 19 right there, which will enable him to swing the Spirit Sword, which does a lot more damage than the Sentetsu Sword does. But that's really nice. Alright, Hulk has to release a couple of layers here at the very end for back-to-back, releasing the last dungeon of this area, the right tower. And most importantly, we are releasing Dr. Leo, who we've been tracing for the whole game, basically. Dr. Leo is the scientist that basically, did all the research on the world of evil and Death Toll. And he knows all about it and how to get rid of Death Toll and all of that. But the premise is that he was basically forced to create a machine that will summon Death Toll. And that's how everything got out of control, more or less. But he's finally free. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to him. He even says, we need to release the king, and then we can seal the world of evil forever, sorry. Yeah, Genya making his way to the left tower. He is currently in the first room, the most difficult one of this world, I feel, but he's making steady progress. Very nice, yeah, a very good room from him too. And Stinger is not too far behind. Again, like they keep their respective distances from each other. It's kind of funny. Nobody really making a mistake. They are all playing pretty solidly. The biggest hiccups we have seen are really World 1 and 2, and then the death from Hulk in World 3, and that's it. So they're playing all playing really solidly right now. Hulk getting a good shot in there, not taking too much damage, and releasing the last layer he has to here. Very nice. And Gintatsu caught up with them, is also in World 6 here. Magridd's Castle entering the basement right now. Not giving up. Kudos. Alright, Hulk is almost at the end here. One more floor to pass through, and then he'll be on the final floor of this dungeon. so he's trying to get in swag shots here, and he does it. Yeah. That's the Hulk. That's Hulk for you. Alright. Still going to refresh HP for the boss that is coming up on the left here. So Hulk is going to be going through a 1:40 long cutscene right here. The longest cutscene in the game, obviously. But yeah, we finally find Leo, and he tells us that we should release the king and all that. The king is released in a ooh, Stinger taking a bad death on the top right there. Well, it's not really that bad a death, but you don't like to see that because now you don't have gems left, and that can make it a little bit more difficult. The time sink here is not that bad compared to other deaths, but yeah, you don't have gems anymore. Not very good. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, though. You don't pay attention, and then, whoops, you are taking continuous damage and die. Alright, so we have this little cutscene here where the Queen decides that Dr. Leo should summon Death Toll. They are made out to all be greedy and evil, and they try to force Leo to do that by capturing his daughter, Lisa, who we met in War 1. And, yeah, Leo, you know, basically agrees to help them, but they have to free Lisa. And he gives us the airship key here. And then we can all press F for Leo. Sacrificing himself to destroy the evil by blowing himself up. Alright, since we don't really care, we're just gonna equip the key and go to the boss. Alright, the boss of this world is called Demon Bird, and yeah, that is, if you're a sub to this channel, you know what emote corresponds to a Demon Bird. But yeah, in good old bird fashion, this guy is obviously RNG. He can either go to the right or do these dives that you see right there. These dives waste a ton of time. Hulk only got one, so that's really good. Let's see if he can one-cycle him, though. Pretty decent positioning. Nope. It's not enough for a one-cycle, unfortunately. Okay, there's a second and third dive. Fourth dive. You, on average, you see about like 4 to 6 dives for an average Demon Bird, so that was not terrible, and Hulk finishes the bird off. Ideally, obviously, you see 0 dives. That happens sometimes. 1 dive, 2 dive, all great, and the current record is held by none other than Everhate, who got 16 dives, which is ridiculous in itself, because you should never see that many, but yeah. Hulk, again, the run of Hulk is just ridiculously good right now, even with the death. He's still on pace. He's still on pace to beat everybody else's PB with a death. Damn. Damn. Genia's not too far behind, though. I think Genia's on PB pace, too. That's the thing. Like, Genia should be on PB pace right now. He's just in the cutscene, so if he gets a decent fight here, he's going to be roughly 2 minutes behind, which is really not bad. And, yeah, Stinger suffered a bit from the death he took, but he's also still not too far behind, just entering the right tower here. Oh, Hulk is doing something very important. Where the Queen was standing, there is a secret item there called the Invulnerable Bracelet, which is the most broken item in the game. So there is also something called, I believe, the Defense Bracelet. I don't even remember. That is just like the Power Bracelet, but just doubles your defense. Now, the Invulnerable Bracelet combines the Power and the Defense Bracelet and gives you double attack power and double defense, which is actually really important for the Word of Evil that we are heading towards, because, as you can imagine, the enemies there, for the final word of the game, they are going to be doing a lot of damage, and taking half of that only will make us able to do some really nice damage boosts without, you know, having to wait for things to happen, so A very important item right there. You can technically skip that item, but that's just ridiculous. Don't ever do that. Don't ever skip the invulnerable bracelet, or you will be in a world of hurt, not in a world of evil. Alright, so since we collected all the stones, Hulk unlocked the world of evil and is now able to traverse it. And the simple goal for the first part here is going to be to go through all of it until the very end, and then we're going to be having a little bit of a fetch quest after that. Up there. It's kind of tricky to be in a position where these flies that turn invisible every once in a while give you, good movement, but Hulk obviously knows what he's doing, so we shouldn't see anything too out of the ordinary. Alright, Genya just finished up Demon Birds. He is very close to PB phase. Very close. Alright. Hulk in the second to last screen. Killing up the Minotaurs. Trying to advance here. Now, the first goal in the World of Evil here is to collect two specific items called the Soul Armor and the Soul Blade. You need those two items to finish the game. The first one is going to be right here, the Soul Armor. Best armor in the game. And not only that, but if you don't have the Soul Armor equipped for this very final screen we're about to enter here, there's going to be ghosts spawning here on the ground that you can see eventually. If you do not have the soul armor on, those will damage you continuously. Hulk using his medical herb there to refresh his HP halfway through this area, and then he will be going ahead and collect the soul blade in the bottom right. Now, as you can see, we are currently level 21. In order to swing the soul blade, we do need level 24. That's going to be important in a little bit here. Yeah, he's going to collect it. The Soul Blade is also the only weapon that can kill these rotating, well, cubes, platforms, I don't know. But they give 4,000 experience, which is insane, so, yeah. And now, since if you have talked to a couple NPCs in this game, they will tell you that the Phoenix is the big thing that you need in order to kill the final boss, so now we somehow have to get the Phoenix to help us. The way we do that, we have to collect 3 items. The first one is right here in the World of Evil, the Red Hot Ball, and then we have to collect the Red Hot Stick, and one other item, the Red Hot Mirror? Yeah, the Mirror. And in order to do that, we have to actually backtrack to World 2 and 3. There's a couple of monsters here that we didn't kill earlier, that now we can because we have the type of weapons we need for it. Ooh, Stinger has to be really careful here. Ooh, barely kills the Demon Bird. That was really close. Really close. But yeah, Hulk is taking damage on purpose here. We're going back to Durian, where we were earlier. And we are going to be releasing a metal monkey lair that will release a mermaid, which will have the Red Hot Stick with her. You could have done this as soon as you get the Sentetsu Sword. These metal monkeys are metal, so you need the Sentetsu Sword to kill them, but the Soul Blade just can straight up kill anything in the game. You have to have it equipped though, Mr. Hulk. Alright. Yeah, there we go. He's also... he set up a Death Warp again here, which is actually pretty difficult for this area. But, yeah, he did it. And now he's going to step on the lava and do a quick Death Warp here. Rest in peace, 196 gems. It was nice knowing you. he's going to get the stick, and then we have to move back to Greenwood in order to get the red hot mirror. And with those two, or with those 3 items, we can summon the Phoenix at the Mountain of Souls. And you absolutely need to do this in order to beat the final boss, and you will see why. You will see why you have to do this. It's actually kind of, well, don't know if I want to say that. It's pretty meh, but you know, I guess. So there were these suns here that were invincible, and now we have to go back and kill those off. You can do this as soon as you have the Spirit Sword. These are spirit enemies, but again, the Soul Blade just kills everything straight up, so, you know, we wait until we have that in order to do the backtracking. Alright, so Stinger finished up World 6, and is trailing Genya by probably about 2 minutes? Well, maybe a little bit less. And Gintatsu is just in the cutscene, so they're not too far behind. Again, all 4 runners playing really well after the early blunders. Alright, so Hulk released the bird he had to. This time no Death Warp, because, yeah, we have the teleporter right here. So we can just go back immediately. And then this bird is kind of tricky. If you play casually, you probably don't understand how to catch him. What you're supposed to do, what Hulk did there, you're supposed to come from above. If you don't do that, he will fly away again. But yeah, he gives you the red hot mirror. And now we can go to the Mountain of Souls and release the Phoenix. You have to have the help of the Mountain King now. Which, if you remember, we never talked to the king of this area, actually. Because Gnome the Snail, who was in jail, but had the stone for this area, instead of like the actual leader. So what's going to happen here is we're going to get the text from saving him first, and then the Phoenix text. And why are these grandmas so important? Well, if you don't release these grandmas that are standing left and right to you right now, you can't release the Phoenix. That's how simple it is. It's kind of funny how that works, but yeah, those 2 layers are really, really important, actually. And the reason is dancing grandmas. Like, it's really funny how if you don't release those 2, you will just not be able to release the Phoenix. It's really funny how that works. I mean, the layers are basically right on the way, so I haven't seen it happen to anybody, but I was told that that's a thing, so yeah. And Hulk basically got access to the final boss right now, but again, the Soul Blade requires you to be level 24 in order to swing it, and we need to be level 24 in order to use the Phoenix magic, basically, because the sword needs to be swung for it. So, what he's going to have to do is he has to do 20 minutes of grinding until he reaches level 24, and then he's able to fight the final boss. I'm just kidding, he's going to grind for 30 seconds. One of the big things with this game is that every world the enemies start giving a ton of experience so you can catch up in levels, and this is no different. Like these, if you remember, these platforms give 4,000, so it's going to take Hulk probably about 45 to 60 seconds to actually get to level 24. And as fate wills it, level 24 is going to be reached at 420,000 experience. Coincidence? I think not. This is Soul Blazer after all. Oh my god. I didn't even think about that before this. Anyways, yeah, he's going to grind on these 3 platforms. It's by far the most efficient way to do so. And you see, he's already at 340k. He needs about 2 more rounds, and then he can just go... Yep. He knows exactly the values he needs, and now he can just move on, get exactly 420,000, and move on to the final boss of this video game. There we go. Just going to be a death toll. Now, this guy has 2 phases. The first phase is really, really easy. It's going to be this wizard-type creature, which should die after 2 cycles. Very easy. Now, he has to equip the Phoenix, and now the reason why we need the Phoenix, you don't really have any range attacks, like with your sword, but this guy right here, he is in the distance, and you do need to hit him with a sword attack, otherwise he doesn't take damage. So how they circumvented that is they gave you a magic that basically counts as a sword attack. The Phoenix does count as a sword attack. So that is why you need the Phoenix magic. The way Death Toll works is he becomes vulnerable every time you kill off the 4 blue flames that are spawning right there, and then you can hit him for a short while. He's gonna shoot fireballs, and then the flames will spawn again. The flame spawns are random, so you're kind of dependent on luck there in order to get fast ones. Hulk has been having okay luck so far, not the best. But yeah, he's looking to finish up strong here. It takes quite a few amount of hits. Now, the Death Toll also shoots out these lasers once in a while, and you want to kind of time it that he becomes vulnerable when the lasers are off screen, because that will create less lag than when the lasers are on screen. So sometimes he might hold out on killing blue flames, or even try to go a little bit too fast, damaging himself, so he can get it done just in time, and that's it! Hulk is done! Sub 140, a 1:39.05 official race time, which probably is about a 1:38.45? Because they started way early on the timing for the racing purposes. GG to Hulk, really solid run. That is sub 140. Nobody else has a sub 140. That's the thing. So yeah, Hulk doing really, really well. GG to him. One tiny mistake that costed him a minute. The death in World 3. Other than that, really, really solid play. Cannot stress that enough. It is amazing to see Hulk play this video game. If you don't follow Hulk yet, and you like Soul Blazer, make sure to follow him. Yeah, what else can I say to that performance, but wow. Impressive. Most impressive. Alright, but while I'm praising Mr. Hulk here, who obviously did exceptionally well, there is still the other 3 going, so I'm going to see if I can try to switch the audio. We'll keep Hulk screen online for now, but in the meantime, we do have Genya probably closest to finishing here. He's currently grinding for the final boss, so he should come in with a very decent time here. It's not quite going to be on PB pace, unfortunately, but he gets to 420 it as well right now. Not very good experience management there, Genya. Shaking my head. He's on 142 pace, though. That's very close to his PB, so he has had a really good run for his standards there. Gotta say, that was really solid. I think also he didn't die, so yeah. That is an accomplishment in itself, not dying. As we see, even Hulk died one time unintentionally. Alright, and Genya now also on the final phase of the final boss here. Let's see how well he does. The first couple cycles you will always have a little bit of extra lag here because the lasers will just inevitably line up with it. He's taking a little bit of time, and now the lag is gone, as you can see, and he can damage in a very fast way there. Awesome, very well done there. Alright, Genya, should be almost done here. Can he 142? Probably not. Aw. 143 it is. I doubt he's going more than 1 minute from here. That is still a very, very decent time. Deathwell should be dead this cycle, probably. There it is. And Genya finishes the run, GG to him, with an official time of 1:43.07, which actually probably relates into a 1:42 for our standard timing. So that's really good. GG to him. Oh yeah, and again, all of them chose names that are 8 letters. Usually you have 1, and since the text is really slow, they lose time to that as well. So all their times are, in actuality, there's a couple of seconds they get back from that too. So, even more impressive. GG Genya, that was a really good run from Genya. No deaths, no unintentional deaths, I should say. So yeah, kudos to Genya, who showed a really good, or had a really good showing here. Very well done there. Alright. Let's swiftly move on to the next one, who is grinding for his 420 right now. Oh no, Stinger is already on to the final boss here. Faster than I could switch audio. Getting, or making short work of the first phase. Well, that's great, but he got done late then. Alright, same deal as for the others. Want to try to minimize the lag during the laser phases by trying to have the lasers despawn before you can hit him. Alright. Doing a very good job here. Getting a really good cycle, so Stinger definitely in good shape right here. They make it look very easy, by the way, this boss, but if you don't know this boss, it's really easy to get hit way too much, and then eventually he will actually kill you. So they do kind of have to pay attention to their positioning a little bit at least, and, you know, don't take too much damage throughout the fight. Stinger has a bad cycle there, because if the laser is lining up with the vulnerability, you can feel the lag right there, you can feel it. Ugh. It hurts. But he gets the job done. Nice. GG to Stinger. 1:46.01 is the official race time, which probably correlates to a 1:45 in the normal standard timing, 1:45.50-ish, probably. GG, well done. Yeah, Stinger, especially after the World 1 death, coming back to a 1:45, that's a decent showing. A World 1 death is really, really costly, and it's easy to have happen, so kudos to him. Definitely also, he kept his distance to Genya and Hog all time, so like all 3 runners, or all 4 runners, had a very consistent showing past World 4, which is really, really cool. So yeah, that's... Now we have one more. Our good friend Gintatsu has to still come into the goal. He's definitely had an uphill battle here, especially after the 2 World 1 deaths, and I remember 1 bad death to the World 3 boss, so that is already 5 minutes in itself, so that's definitely something that does not make you feel very good about your chances in this race. But he's kept going, and he's had a solid performance past World 4, definitely, or even in World 4 already, so he's currently grinding and then also going into the final boss, so he might still sub 150, which would actually be somewhat ridiculous after he lost so much time early on. And the people in the race chat obviously blaming Everhate for their runs. That's the way to do it. Oof. Die, Genya! Did I allow Genya to go offline? I didn't, but Genya does it anyways, because Genya is a special little flower. It's okay, man. It's alright. It's fine. Alright, Gentatsu moving into the final boss here. It's probably not enough for a sub 150 anymore, which is kind of unfortunate, but still, that he's even close after the deaths he had is pretty impressive. Alright, and here we go. For the 4th time, we have the final boss death toll. Gintatsu does not have the best cycles here, but... Ah, no. He missed the left flame, but that actually enabled him to get a lagless cycle here. And if he does it right, he should get a couple more here, so that's very good. Alright, almost there. Ah! I think that barely missed it. There it is. GG, Gintatsu! He comes in 4th place with a time of 150.55. GG to him. So again, Hulk finishing with a 139.05. Genya at 143.07, which is still a really good time. A 146.01 for Stinger. And a 150.55 for Gintatsu. GG to all 4 of our top runners. Yeah. As far as this goes, that was an hour 50 of me talking. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to be continuing for a little bit longer. Let the ending run out and let me probably catch something to drink real fast, so you guys enjoy the ending. I'm gonna keep the timer running because there's still plenty of people racing, but yeah, we'll be back, or I will be back in about a minute and a half enjoy the credits, my friends. Which are, by the way, the best part of this game and why you should play it. Alright, I am back. Hopefully you are enjoying the credits. Blitz! I missed it, damn it. But yeah, we have another finisher, which is Sin in 5th place with a 150-147, so only barely a minute behind Kintatsu. Shoutouts to Sin stream in chat right here, who did very well as well. Yeah, I'm going to... I'll keep the timer running for now. I'm going to have to get a couple of infos. There is still plenty of people who are semi-blind or blind racing this. Right now, Hulk has the end on his screen, so... he is completely done. Credits over. GG. But yeah, I'll have to see... we might just keep going a little bit if we have semi-blind racers that are somewhat close to finishing. I'll quickly jump ahead and try to find some of them so we can enjoy a little more Soul Blazer with them together. I will obviously have to play the soundtrack or something in the background because they have not set up to be mic-less and all that, but that shouldn't be a problem. Just, you know, a little bit to fade out here for this little event, make it a little bit longer. Yeah. I'm currently investigating all sorts of streams. Will take a little bit, but hopefully you guys enjoy the ending. That was the main event. If RPG Limit Break would like to cut the VOD here, I want to thank all the 4 racers who were gracious enough to perform for us here tonight, or today, I guess. It's not really tonight in the western regions of this world. But yeah, great showing from all 4 of them. Thank you guys very much for playing for Everhate for us, for our viewing pleasure. Shoutouts to all of you. You did a great job, and yeah.